By the end of this video, you will learn Jim Rohn's top elements of success that need to be improved on a daily basis. Jim was tenaciously determined and employed these methods frequently. His tenacity enabled him to serve as a personal development figure, author, and mentor to millions of people. The first thing you need is a clear vision of what you intend to accomplish. Knowing exactly why you're doing something and where you're heading is quite beneficial. You get a sense of direction from it. A clear vision supports you during the difficult times when you don't feel like exerting any further effort and just want to relax. In addition to helping you get through the peaks, which are the easiest moments to go through, having a vision and understanding where you're heading also helps you get through the valleys, where you don't feel like pushing ahead at all. Jim Rohn's second element that needs to be improved daily is your self-belief. The first mass-produced automobile, the Model T Ford, was created by Henry Ford, who also had a memorable quotation. He asserted that whether you believe in yourself or not, you are correct. He says if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Self-belief, as the phrase implies, needs to come from inside. You must eventually determine whether you believe you can or cannot do something. It is difficult to set out on any venture that we do not truly believe is going to be successful. Building confidence in your ability will ensure that you'll continue to take the required steps to achieve your goals. Strengthening your self-belief will give you the courage to go for whatever it is you're attempting. Henry Ford had to amass great self-confidence in himself at all times. He was never asked to build a car that would be sold at large quantities. In fact, Henry claimed, if he had asked people what they wanted, they would have told me a faster horse. Thus, it is clear that he had self-belief, and it was this self-belief that gave him the motivation to push forward and create what would become an absolute icon in society and serve as the main mode of transportation. The third element to be improved daily is that you need to regularly check in with your passion. Are you engaged in work that you genuinely enjoy? If not, how can you infuse more enthusiasm into whatever it is that you are doing if it isn't something that you truly love? What are the things that you could do to get away from where you are and seek something for which you have greater love? True success comes when expertise and passion intersect. The fourth item on Jim Rohn's list is expertise, which you should continue to work on acquiring every day. An incredible fire is created when you can mix expertise with a passion for what you love to perform. That's your hotspot and your chance to share more of who you are with the world in a way that's likely to result in the most profitable job or career opportunity you've ever had. That fusion of enthusiasm and knowledge is a total match. Jim Rohn ranks preparation fifth on his list. As a result, we must consistently prepare in order to have the opportunity to become the best version of ourselves. Think of what your top goals are on a quarterly basis. What are your primary health objectives? What are your top financial and professional objectives? What are your top priorities in your relationships or at home? Make sure these goals are meaningful to you and also consistent with who you are at your best. Think of what goals the best version of yourself would set for you. Then, on a weekly basis, choose the top 3 things that you want to do every week and make sure you schedule them into your week at appropriate times. You can then check in with those weekly goals on a daily basis to ensure that you are on track. Do you need to make any changes? What are the top 3 things you need to do the following day? The best approach to preparation is to first know where you are going. Then schedule actions into your calendar to support those objectives. By the end of the quarter, you will see your objectives have come to fruition. Self-reliance is the next item on Jim Rohn's list. You must be able to rely on yourself. And there are a few things you can do to make this easier on yourself. One of the ways is to ensure that you measure everything that is important to you. What is measured gets done. And I don't mean you have to measure everything, just the most important things, especially new things you're trying to implement into your life and things you want to be more consistent with. For example, if you're trying to improve your health and get in better shape, you might want to track the number of minutes and times that you go to the gym. Similarly, if you're attempting to write a book, you could track the number of minutes or pages you write per day. Incorporating measurement into the things that are most important to you is a simple way to develop self-reliance and the ability to hold yourself accountable. Personal image comes next on the list. You must be able to see yourself at your best in your mind's eye. How does that version of yourself appear? What does that version of you do? Check in with that on a daily basis. Consider yourself on multiple dimensions in life, such as health, work, and relationships. What does your best version of yourself look like? What does that version of you do? Then, as you go through your day, Check in lightly with that and ask yourself, is my behavior congruent or not with me at my best? One of the most wonderful ways to develop your character is to recognize that character development, fortification, and building can occur in the moment. Many things happen to us throughout the day that we don't agree with, that trigger us, and that irritate us. And these are all opportunities to develop character. What you can do to help develop your character is to simply pause and create a little space between whatever is triggering you and give yourself opportunity to pick what would be the optimal way to respond to these situations right now. You can even connect this with your personal image. How would you respond to whatever is triggering you right now if you were at your best? If we want to be our best selves, we must remember that there is always cost involved. This brings us to the next element of Jim Rohn's list: self-discipline. Discipline is a wonderful thing. It does come at a price. It can be painful at times, but if you can develop the habit of recognizing that the pain of discipline is far less expensive than the pain of regret, it will serve you well. Last but not least is performance excellence. While planning and discipline is important, planning is useless without proper execution. When striving for excellent performance, we can think back through all the things we have done well and all the things we haven't, and ask ourselves, how can we improve just a little bit next time so that we are consistently getting better? Once your plan is created and put into action, it is then super important to tweak and optimize your performance. This wraps up the elements of success that Jim Rohn believed needed to be improved on a daily basis. Thanks for coming by, and I hope you guys enjoyed this simplified version of his teachings. Please subscribe to our channel for more simplified teachings on the way, and we'll see you guys in the next one.